for fun, Jarek?
For fun, some I don't like to have fun with OT every day overtime. Like
Ah,
overtime, work overtime.
so you like to work?
No, I need to work. They just need me to carry on the process, carry on the experiment.
Okay. All right, but what about in your free time? So, like, what do you do to enjoy yourself for fun?
Painting,
Painting. Okay, awesome.
yeah.
What do you like to paint? Landscapes or people?
People like sketches, some sort of sketches.
Okay, nice. Awesome. Good answer. And I think we've already gone through those. Saku, what about you? What do you like to do for fun?
Um, I think I prefer hang out with my friend. Sometimes I stay home and watch sport, game, or
Okay,
play an instrument. Rất là nice.
nice.
Yes.
Awesome. Perfect. And Santiago, what about you? What do you like to do for fun?
Uh, well, I love traveling, and this is an reason for me to learn English. And I like to go to the cinema, going out with some friends, anything.
Nice. Awesome. All good things to do. Perfect. And so, Adela, what did you do today? Or what have you done today so far, Adela?
I like going to the mountain with friends to do
Okay.
hiking.
Yeah, but what have you done today so far? What have you done
Ah,
today?
sorry. Today I'm in a course.
At home?
No, in a course for the teachers. In a
Oh, okay.
meeting is yesterday and tomorrow. This is all week. We have teacher meetings.
Okay, perfect. So hopefully they go well. And
It's not
Andy,
like I don't like it.
yeah, meetings are always kind of boring and not really that fun, but I guess you have to do them sometimes. Andy, welcome to class. Andy, how are you doing?
I am great, thanks. How are you, Joshua?
I'm doing well. Andy, where are you from?
I'm from Indonesia.
Okay, awesome. Awesome. And so
Thanks.
today's class is going to be about job interviews, and so I have a PowerPoint slide that's in Google Drive, so you guys can download it from Google Drive if you'd like. But I'm also going to use a screen share. So the screen share will be here. And so just let me know if you have any problems. Uh, so Andy, sorry, if you could stop muting me. It looks like maybe you were trying to mute yourself.
Oh, sorry,
Yes,
yeah.
that's okay. Um, yeah, and so let's get those Google Drives set up. Okay, and so let's start with Jarek. Jarek, can you read the title in the next couple lines?
Job interview. In today's class, we'll practice job interviews, learn job interview vocabulary, talk about pet peeves. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, pet peeves are a little bit different. So can you repeat pet peeves? Pet peeves?
Pet peeves?
Yeah, that was
Pet
good. Pet
peeve.
peeves. So, like a pet, like a small animal that you have, a pet peeve.
Mhm.
Um, and can anybody explain what a pet peeve is?
Something that bother or
Perfect.
annoy you.
Exactly. That's perfect. Was that Poom?
Yes.
Okay, nice job. Yeah, exactly. Something that bothers or annoys you. Um, and so let's go to the next page, and let's have Michael. Can you ask Poom the first question?
Okay. Warm up. When was the last time you went in for a job interview?
It was 2 years.
Okay, awesome. Really good answer. It was 2 years ago. Good complete sentence. And Santiago, so I can't put the link at the bottom of the chat box. I did put it in Google Drive though. So if you go into Google Drive, which is the application with the green, yellow, and blue triangle, you can download it from there. It doesn't work in the chat box though, unfortunately. Can you see that?
I'm looking for. No, not yet.
Okay. So I've got a couple people asking for permission. Just need to go through that. I should probably get the sharing settings a little bit different. Can you still not see it? So on the left-hand side of the screen, if you put your mouse over the screen, there are a bunch of applications. And if you go to the 3 dots at the bottom, you can go to Add Apps, where you can probably find Google Drive.
I can't find.
Did you see it?
I don't think so.
Okay, so it's a triangle with a green line, a yellow line, and a blue line.
Okay. Wait
Okay.
a moment. Yeah, okay. It's connecting.
Okay, and you can see it?
It's opening.
Okay. Perfect. And so, Poom, can you ask Saku the second question?
Yes. How many times have you interviewed for a position?
It's depend position, but I think it's 50 minutes to 30 minutes incoming position. I think so.
Ah, okay. So it's a little bit different, Saku. So it's not how long are
Okay.
job interviews.
Okay, so I'm sorry.
Don't be sorry. It's not a problem. So how many
I
times is like
think I have two time interviewed for position.
Okay, so we might change that a little bit. We could say I think I have interviewed for a position twice.
Twice. Okay.
For a position. That might, excuse me, be a little bit better, but awesome, really good. Can you repeat the sentence in the chat box?
Okay. I think I have interviewed for a position twice.
Awesome, really good job. And Antonio, welcome to class. Antonio, how are you doing?
Hello, thank you, I'm fine.
Nice, okay, perfect. And so let's go to the next page. And let's start with Adela. Adela, can you read the title and the next 2 words?
Vocabulary, analyzed, attained.
Good, really close. Can you repeat analyzed? Analyzed?
Analyzed.
Good. Nice job, analyzed. And attained. Attained.
Attained.
Yeah, really good job. Attained. Okay, and let's have Andy, can you read the next 3 words?
Okay. Carried out, collaborated, engineered.
Perfect. That sounds really good. Really good job with the pronunciation of collaborated. That's a difficult word. Okay, good. And Antonio, what about the last 3 words?
Okay. Facilitate, overcame, and rectified.
Good. Really nice job. Really close. Facilitated. Facilitated.
Facilitated. Facilitated.
Close. So it sounds more like facilitated. Facilitated.
Facilitated.
Good. Facilitated. That sounded good.
Okay.
And then, you're welcome, rectified. Rectified.
Rectified. Rectified. Okay.
Perfect. Really good work. Does anybody have any questions about any of these words?
What does rectified mean?
Okay, really good question. Can anybody tell us the answer? What does rectified mean?
To change the way.
Okay, so it's definitely changing something. What does it
Yes.
change, Adela? What's it change?
You can change your life. You can change.
Okay. Maybe it's close, but not quite.
Yeah.
Anybody else have any ideas about what rectified means?
I remember it means to correct something, but I never use it. I don't know how to use it.
Okay.
A report, for example. A report.
Yeah, you could rectify a report for sure.
Oh.
Or rectify a problem. It is to correct. So rectify is to correct. Good. Really good memory. Boom. And Anna, welcome to class. Anna, how are you doing? Sorry, Anna, can you hear us?
Go. This is Roman.
Okay. Roman, welcome to class. Roman, how are you doing?
I'm great, thank you. And you?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. Okay, and perfect. Any other questions about any of these words? Any questions?
Overcame. What does it mean?
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, sorry about that. My microphone was turned off. So overcome would be to... Oh, Santiago, you have the answer?
No.
No. Okay. Sorry, you were asking the question. So overcome is to do better than something. So if there's a rock in your path or there's something in your path, like an obstacle, you overcome the obstacle is you go past it. So you succeed in spite of the obstacle. Does that make sense?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes, of course.
Excuse me?
Yeah, I think this is clear.
Okay, so it makes sense. Perfect. That's great. So yeah, so it's just like succeeding in spite of a problem or an obstacle. Any other questions on this page? Does anybody else have any other questions? Okay.
All the words is in passive voice.
Yeah, all the words are in past tense. So it's good for, maybe an interview because you can use these words in the past tense. So what did you do at your last job? I analyzed these things. I attained this success. I carried out all these things. So that's why all these vocabulary is in the past tense. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, good. And so any other questions? Any last questions on this page before we move on? Okay. And let's have Anna, or sorry,
Roman.
it's not Anna. Roman. Can you read the comic?
Yeah, I try. Talk about it. My short-term goal is to bluff my way through the job interview. My long-term goal is to invent a time machine so I can come back and change everything I have said so far.
Good. That was great. So can you repeat bluff one more time? Can you just repeat bluff?
Bluff.
Yeah, bluff. Good. And does anybody have it? Yeah. Do you have a question, Roman?
No. A bluff is something like cheat.
Yeah, it's close, but not quite. It's just to lie, but it's not necessarily in a bad way. It's just to pretend that you have something that you don't. So
Okay.
when you bluff in poker, you pretend that you have really good cards when you don't. And you're bluffing in an job interview, maybe it's like pretending that you're more qualified than you really are. But good question. Any other questions? Does anybody have any questions about this comic? Okay. And so let's have Antonio. Can you ask Jarek the first question?
What do you think about this comic?
I think he's really funny because he's saying something that the job interviewer is not gonna make the job interviewer will not gonna employ him.
Okay, yeah, so definitely he probably won't get a job. And so why would his short-term goal be to bluff his way through the job interview? What do you think that means, Michael?
It's a joke, but I think it's possible the same answer. My short-term goal is to successful interview, and the future and the long-term goal will be to to how do you express to successful in this interview, and my long-term will be to I don't find the word to explain. And well, it's a work for your company, and it's a job. I think it's but it's the same answer is possible to do explaining good things. Short term is having a good interview, and a long term goal is successful in your company to obtain the important goals in the future, I think. Sorry, my English is to express I want to tell is difficult for me. It's okay, Joshua? Joshua?
Sorry, yeah, that was definitely okay. You did a good job expressing yourself. I think you did a great job with the first part. The second part might be a little bit different. Boom, can you explain the long-term goal is to invent a time machine? What do you think that means, Boom?
I think he just realized that the short-term goal that he has set is uh, is a bad thing, and he just try to fix it by he just say the long-term goal is he want to change that what he has said.
Yeah, really nice job. So he wants to make his long-term goal to make a time machine so he could come back in time using his time machine and change everything he said. So I think that's exactly right, Boom. Really good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Just one question, one moment. I understand the picture, the thing. Sorry, I understand, but I'm trying to put is not a good answer to do in an interview.
Sorry, I'm not sure exactly what you're asking. Can you ask that question one more time?
No, I understand the, the picture, the expression, the long-term goal, this interview, I understand. I trying to explain is is not a good answer. I try to do another answer to replace this answer.
Ah, okay, I understand now. That's fine. Don't worry about it. It always happens. It's really difficult to express answers in a new language. But you
Yes.
did a good job, Michael, too. And you definitely, yeah, you definitely were really coherent, and your sentences sounded good. So, yeah, really nice work. Boom. Can you ask Saku the next question?
Saku, have you ever felt like this?
Okay. In fact, I have never felt like it. But I think I'm not funny. Just like, I'm I'm not funny like that person.
Okay, Saku, I don't think I understood the last part of what you said. Can you repeat that last answer one more time?
But I want to say I think I'm not fun funny that like that person like that the guy in the situation is common. Is it common?
Is it common?
Yes.
Um, I don't, I'm not sure exactly what you're asking. So yeah, this is definitely a funny situation. So maybe this exact thing hasn't happened to you, but sometimes when people speak, they make mistakes, and they really want to go back and correct those mistakes. So have you ever felt like that, where you made a mistake in what you said, and you wanted to go back and correct the mistake?
Yes, I mean I um, I have a mistake, but I really want to correct my mistake, but my expression is not funny like this guy.
Okay, Saku, I'm not sure if I understood exactly what you said. If you could type your answer.
Okay, let
Um,
me check. I mean, uh, in fact, I have made a mistake, and I really want to try correct my mistake, but in some situation, in this situation, I can express my opinion. So it's good like this person. I think this man is so funny to and is so clear to express his opinion.
okay. Okay, so you have felt like this, but sometimes it's not easy to express your opinion as well as
Yes.
this man. Okay, okay. And what about somebody else? Has anybody else in class ever felt like this? And can you explain?
Yes, I recently felt like this because yesterday I had interview and I expected that I got job. I got job, but they told me that they would call me later. It's ordinary answer. It's common answer, but now I think that I could say something in another way in order to get their job.
Yeah, okay, exactly. That's a great example. Um, and just one small thing, we would put an article in front of interview. I had an interview, but that sounded good. And so you could have said something else in order to get the job.
Okay, an interview. Thank you.
You're welcome, for sure. Really good answers, though. Okay, and so let's go to, well, does anybody have any last questions on this page? Any last questions?
Did the man get the job finally?
Sorry, Jarek, what was that?
I mean, did the interviewer hire him?
Probably not. I would not imagine that he would be hired.
Okay.
Or I think he wanted to bluff his answer in the interview because he did not think that his qualification is meet with the job qualification or requirements. So he wanted to impress the interviewer, and as he get the job, he did the job and he felt underqualified, and so he wanted to change his answer, what he said.
Perfect.
So
Really
he's
good
basically
explanation.
overqualified. Yeah.
I think maybe he's underqualified.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, he's trying to make it seem like he has the qualifications. That's awesome. Really good answer. Yeah, that was really good. Good grammar as well, Andy. That was very impressive. Okay, and did anybody else have anything to say? Did anybody else have something to say?
From my point of view, an interview is always a little bluff. Yeah, bluff.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you try to impress your employers, and sometimes you lie a little in hope that when you will work, you can prove that you told your skills is excellent or etc. So an interview is always a little bluff.
Nice. That was really good. Good explanation and really good grammar. Adela, you agree?
Yes, because in general, in the interview, everyone increase a little the knowledge or the skills. For example, in Spanish, everyone English level, intermediate or intermediate plus. If it's not really, no, but the curriculum vitae is very suffered.
Yeah.
After that, if they in the interview the employer tell you in English both, you don't understand anything. It's easy. It's easier to have a bluff.
Yeah. That's definitely a good example of when somebody will call you out on a bluff. If you say you've got a good level of English or Spanish or something, and
Yeah.
your employer tries to speak in the language to you. But good, exactly. I think it's a really common practice. Okay, and let's go to the next page. Actually, let's go here. And let's start with Saku. Can you ask Santiago the first question?
Okay. What are your strengths? Diego.
Yeah, so Santiago, so pretend you're in a job interview. Can you try to answer that question?
Could you repeat again, please, the question?
Can you tell us about what are your strengths?
I can understand very well the last word.
What
Okay.
are your strengths?
Good, strengths. What are your strengths?
My strengths. Okay. Well, I think I'm very good worker. I like to um, I like to I like to work hard. when it is necessary, and I learn very fast too. Um, I'm going to be able anytime. So I think uh, I I could be well. I think I'm very prepared. I'm very good for this position. I think. So
Nice. Okay, this position.
sorry, I was
No,
in blank. My mind was in blank.
that was good. That's awesome. Really good answers. Um, One small thing, I think I'm a very good worker, so we'd use an article there. So I think I'm a very good worker. And so just be aware that I will be writing in the chat box. So I make corrections in the chat box. So it's another thing like Google Drive. So the chat box is the blue icon on the left side of the screen. And so the other thing I learn very quickly. So we'd
Hi.
use the adverb instead of I learn very fast, which would be an adjective. So quickly. So adverbs modify verbs. So or other adverbs. But quickly is modifying learn. Does that make sense, Santiago?
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, good. Really awesome job. Good answer. And so, Santiago, can you ask Adela the next question?
Teacher, I think that some situation is
Okay.
adverb.
It's my turn, I think, because I'm not sure.
Yeah, sorry, Santiago. Can you ask Adela the next question?
Of course. What are your weaknesses?
My weakness, I have weakness as everyone, but I think my weakness are my strength because I'm a little fussy. I think it's not good for the team, but I control the team. I think it's both weakness and strength. Finish. Yours?
Sorry, Adela.
Yeah.
So, I've just got a little bit of a cold, so I keep coughing. Saku, okay, and have a good day. It was nice to see you in class, Saku. So Adela, yeah, the only small thing I would change is the beginning. So can you repeat the beginning of your answer really quickly? So starting with my weaknesses.
I think I have weakness as everybody.
Like everybody. So I think I
Like
have weaknesses, like everyone.
like everyone. Okay.
Yeah, and it's also in the chat box, Adela.
Okay.
If you look there.
Uh,
Yeah,
okay.
this question is very hard to answer, Poom. But Adela, you
Yes,
did a really good
it's
job.
for an interview.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, and so Adela, can you ask Andy the next question? And make
Okay.
up a company name.
What are you interested in working for for Mercedes?
I'm interested in working for Mercedes because I want to work in the company that has a proven track record, has a dynamic portfolio, and has professionals with high level experience. And because I want to develop myself to become an asset for the company, and I think the Mercedes is a good fit for me.
Nice answer.
Okay,
Well,
thank you. Sorry.
Thank you.
no, don't be sorry. That was perfect. Keep if you want, always respond. That was really good though, Andy. Really great
Thank you.
answer. A proven track record. You used a lot of like idiomatic language that was quite difficult. I want to develop myself and become an asset for the company. Yeah, really, really impressive. Your grammar looks very solid.
The job is for you.
Thank you.
The job is for you.
Oh,
Nice.
thank you.
Perfect. And Andy, can you ask Anna? Can you ask Roman the next question?
Roman, why did you leave your current company?
I think I am overqualified for this company, and that's why I want to leave my current job, my current job, and find something more interesting and more difficult for me.
Nice.
Okay.
Okay, so you're probably overqualified. Okay, yeah, I think that was good. Good grammar as well. You did a really nice job. Good answer.
Thank you.
Okay. And so, Roman, can you ask Antonio the next question?
Yeah, of course. Antonio, tell me
Yes.
about a time you deal with a crisis.
But it means the economic crisis, or is other question? Is another question?
So it's definitely a different question. A crisis is just an emergency. So any sort of emergency at work that you had to deal with.
Okay. Is like okay. Uh, well, I suppose I would try to put in order the personal and way and to get a mobile phone and to call the number of emergency and well to of course to open the door and order the people to leave the place uh,
Okay.
without a problem, without
Okay,
danger.
good. And so that's maybe a different type of emergency. It was a really good answer. So maybe if there was like a natural emergency, like a fire or something like that, that would be definitely a really good explanation. So tell me about a time you dealt with a crisis. We'd be talking more about a crisis that has to do with your work. So maybe you didn't get your work done on time and there was a solid deadline and you were going to lose clients if you didn't finish. That would be a crisis. It'd be like an emergency. So have you ever had an emergency or a crisis at work that you had to deal with? And can you tell us about it? Sorry, Antonio, did you hear me? Did that make sense?
Well, I think it means what do you think when a crisis is happening?
Close. It's more of like tell me a story about a time when you had to deal with a crisis at work. So when there was a problem at work and you had to solve it. So
It's
tell me about it.
sorry.
Keep going ahead.
Efficiency is same.
Efficiency? Efficiency is a little bit different.
Response about yes, it's the response time, no? But
Yeah, efficiency is like, so it's like gas efficiency is how much gasoline a car uses to get a certain distance. So it's the amount of energy you have to expend to, get certain results. So if you're very efficient, you expend very little energy and get a lot of results. And if you're inefficient, you expend a lot of energy and you get small results. So that's efficiency, which is a little bit different. So Antonio, a crisis is just a problem. So maybe,
Okay.
for example, oh, keep going. If you think you can do it.
Well, I think it's necessary to keep calm and report to the superior. Superior is correct. This word
Yeah.
is the top.
Yeah, so it's necessary to keep calm and report to your superiors or your supervisor. Yeah,
Supervisor.
for sure. Just remember to be cold-minded. Santiago, in English, we wouldn't say cold-minded. We'd say cool-headed. Cool-headed would be a little bit. Cold-minded is just like maybe a little bit more cruel.
Oh,
Cold-minded
okay.
is like cruel. Sorry?
Oh, okay.
Okay, but good. Yeah, and another small thing, Antonio, when we say tell me about a time, it's like tell me a story or tell me an anecdote about a time. So something in the past.
Okay.
Instead of what I would do, I did do this. So when I had class and I didn't have any lesson plans, I stayed up all night and worked on a few lesson plans to get me started. So that would be like a crisis and something that you did to solve it. Does that make sense, Antonio?
Yes. Well, I don't know. Maybe I have a problem with the children when I I has in a class, and well, I separate the children, and after that I talk with his no their parents.
Nice. Okay, good. So I had a problem with children who were maybe fighting, so I separated them, and then I talked to their parents. That's a great job. Really good. Nice work. Does anybody have any questions on this page? Any questions? Okay, good. Let's go to the next page. Let's go into pet peeves. Jarek, can you read the title and the word?
Pet peeves, things that irritate you.
Nice. Okay, really good. And Jarek, can you also read what's in the box?
Okay. Pet peeves. Pet peeves. When someone assumes that when you are reading in a book that you are doing nothing and therefore can be interrupted repeatedly.
Good, really good pronunciation. Good job with repeatedly. That's a difficult word to pronounce well. Okay, and Jarek, can you ask Michael the first question?
Okay, Michael, what are some of your co-work pet peeves?
Okay. Well, in my case, I try to understand the other people because the pet peeve sometimes is important, but for another coworker in this case. But I try to explain them that the work is a time we have to use to try to do the best we can. And one example, I don't know one example, but for example, when people is talking about the problem when they go to work and arrive late because the jam is a lot of traffic, a lot of things. Well, we can speak about this problem after the work or taking a coffee. I don't know.
Okay, so that sounded good. For sure. Your sentences sound really good and your accent is really, really clear. Um, in this case, we'd try to find something that your coworkers do that really annoys you. So there's something that you don't like that they do. So maybe if they do arrive late or they're always complaining, that could be a pet peeve. But can you repeat one more time, Michael, what your pet peeve is that your coworkers do?
Coworker pet peeve.
Yeah, so what's something that the people you work with do that irritates you? What's something that they do that makes you irritated?
The most, for example, to tell you something, and after don't do this. For example, I go to call to prepare or to do something, and after don't eat.
Nice.
Didn't eat, for example.
So when they say they've done something or that they're going to do something and then in the end they don't actually do it, that's definitely a good pet peeve, for sure. Really nice job. Boom, what about you? Do you have any pet peeves, Boom?
Um, I I think I don't have one.
Okay, that's fine. So no pet peeves. Boom, so what's the pet peeve that's happening in this picture? What's the pet peeve here?
It's on the middle car. Uh, they someone parked the car over the line.
Okay, yeah, somebody parked the car over the line. So maybe this person's pet peeve is when people park too close to them and they can't get out of their car. I think that's, yeah, that'd be good. Nice job. Yeah, Santiago, when people try to avoid their tasks at work, that's definitely a good pet peeve to have. Okay, but awesome. Does anybody have any questions on this page? Any questions?
So, Joshua, what's your own pet peeves?
Um, it's hard to say. I don't like when people chew with their mouths open. So when they chew and try to talk, and it's just, yeah, maybe that's one of my pet peeves. But nothing really at work. I don't have any coworker pet peeves. Um, maybe Santiago's right. Maybe when people try to avoid their tasks. It's a good one. But thanks for asking, Boom. Good. Let's go to the comic. And let's read this, and let's have Santiago. Can you read the boss? And let's have Adela. Can you read Dilbert?
Okay. One moment.
Okay, sorry. Let's have Santiago. Let's have Santiago read the boss right here.
Which page? Number 6? No.
Okay, sorry. It's page 5. Santiago.
Okay, I start, no? Because the
no,
boss is Santiago or no?
Yeah, so the boss is Santiago. This is the boss right here, Adela. And you're the character on the right side. Okay, Adela?
Okay.
Okay, and Santiago, are you up to date? Can you see where we are?
Number 5.
Yeah, page 5. Page 5.
There are 3 boxes.
Yeah, there are 3 boxes. And so you're the first box and the last box.
Job interview. We need someone who can solve the biggest engineering problem we have ever encountered.
Just distribute the power supply across both function and double the font size.
Thanks. If I need anything else, I'll interview you again.
Awesome. Really good work, guys. Okay. And so the first thing I saw, engineering. Can you repeat engineering, Santiago?
Yeah, engineering.
Nice. Engineering. Um, I think that sounded good. And then distribute, Adela. Can you repeat
Yes,
distribute?
distribute,
Nice. Distribute. And then supply.
distribute, supply,
Supply. And then the functions.
functions.
Perfect. Really good work. That was awesome. Okay. And so, Adela, can you ask Andy the first question?
Andy, what do you think about this comic?
Okay, I don't know what their biggest engineering problem, but I think the interviewee here is answered maybe the inappropriate answer maybe. So the boss say maybe he would be interviewed again and maybe he failed this time.
Close. I think you're on to something. But it's a little bit different, maybe. Can anybody explain why it's a little bit different? Does anybody have any other ideas?
I think the employer is a very it's a bluff because the bluff is the employer because they try to have a solution and don't pay for it.
Yeah, exactly. So the employer is trying to find a solution and not pay for it. So the interview could be just considered a bluff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's not a serious interview, it's just finding a solution to a problem. Does that make sense, Andy?
Yeah.
Okay, so you were right. I think the interviewee does answer the question correctly. And the boss is just saying, you know, nice job, thank you for all your help. If we need anything else, we'll interview you again. So we'll get another consulting for free. Good. And so Roman, what about, or so Andy, can you ask Roman the next question?
Okay, have you ever felt, sorry, I can't see the last word here. Have you ever felt, sorry, I'm using mobile here.
Okay, it's no problem. I can read and answer.
Okay, thanks.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
sorry.
I think I felt like this in this situation. I think employees have to be more careful. Have to be more careful and more clever because it's sometimes there is situation when employer wants a lot from you and they ask you some questions and they're ready that you will provide a solution right now. In this case, you have to you have to do something like bluff and advertise yourself, but say that you will solve this problem in future. Maybe say half of solution, but not whole solution.
Yeah, exactly. So you can't give away your services for free. So you need to be a little bit clever as well. Really good answer, Roman. And unfortunately, we're just out of time. Yeah, Adela, have a good day. But if anybody has any last questions, let me know. But if not, have a great day, and hopefully I'll see you guys all again soon.